Good afternoon, all you election nerds here at Election Nerd Disneyland, the Commonwealth of Virginia. An election happens every year in Virginia, and we're just so darn proud to be the bellwether of all bellwethers. As we get down to, we're 3 weeks away from the election. Tomorrow will mark 3 weeks away from the election, and we've got a number of House races I want to run down here, but also let's talk about the statewide. Terry McAuliffe and Glenn Youngkin neck and neck. This is a super tight race. You can just say it's, if you want people to talk about the elections in Virginia, it's just super tight. It's just super tight. Tons of money is going to be coming into the state in the next 3 weeks, trying to get people to the polls. Issues are pretty well baked in. People know how they're going to vote. Can the campaigns get their voters out? So Terry McAuliffe and Glenn Youngkin, super tight race, probably a point or two in either direction there. Down ballot, Winston Sears, Hala Ayala. That battle is going to come down to how Glenn and Terry do at the top of the ticket, and as well as Mark Herring versus Jason Miara, as obviously a very diverse ticket for the Republicans this year, and a veteran lineup, at least for governor and attorney general for the Democrats. Let's look at the House races. There are a number of races in play, starting off with Wendy Goditis and Nick Clement up in Loudoun County, super tight, bumping down to Chris Hurst and Jason Ballard in the 12th in Blacksburg, another super tight race. We're talking like a point or two either way. Mike Cherry, Katie Sponsler, again, close race, point or two either way here. Democrat polling apparently has her a little bit further out than the Republicans, but we'll see. Kelly Converse Fowler at the Beach versus Tanya Gould, close race. These are races that were won by Democrats by significant margins last time, but now the tide has changed in Virginia politically. These House races are super close. Dan Helmer and Harold Pion, hearing conflicting things here. As many as mid-single digits for Dan Helmer. This is just a changing district. Never can tell. Turnout could bring Harold Pion over the top. A little less likely, though, than the other ones. Here, turning closer to home in the Henrico suburbs, Skylar Van Valkenburg against Chris Holmes. Apparently, some Republicans think he's up in polling, I've heard. Again, I can't verify this since they haven't seen the polls, but signs are looking much better for the Republicans in Western Henrico County, and that also brings us the Mary Margaret Castleberg versus Rodney Willett rematch in Western Henrico County. There, Willett the favorite, but Mary Margaret Castleberg keeping it close, a point or two, maybe three, either way there. Never can tell. It's a turnout battle. It's all about turnout. Roxanne Robinson should do better than her most recent elections in 17 and 19, where it was very, very close in the 27th. But the key there is, again, going to be turnout in Chesterfield County for Roxanne Robinson. At the Beach, turning more to the Beach, Nancy Guy, the incumbent, won a very close race against Chris Stolle 2 years ago. She's facing Tim Anderson. The Democrats just flat out hate Tim Anderson, and they're piling on him big time. Close race, probably a tie there. Tim Anderson, a Republican, would normally be in lead there, but he's been fairly antagonistic, so the Democratic enthusiasm there is much higher, along with Alex Askew at the Beach, also against Karen Greenhall. Republicans really like their chances here to pick up that seat, and I think they're counting on that one to get, if they're going to have a majority. If they don't win that one, they don't get a majority. Dawn Adams, a little bit wider lead over Mark Early than these other races, but again, comes down to turnout. And as we get closer, the money's going to be pouring in there. Las Reese Air, pretty good shape in Petersburg, Chesterfield County. The two with the Democrats, chances are less, and Republicans are much better. In the 28th, Josh Cole against Tara Durant. Durant is looking pretty solid there, as is Otto Waxman against incumbent Roz Tyler. That's a quick rundown here from, I don't want to call it Election Central, just call it Election Nerd Disneyland here in Virginia. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'd love to get to your question, be more specific, but that's an overbrush of the election cycle here. It's just super tight. Virginia, this is the tightest election we've seen in a number of cycles, largely due to the lack of presence of Donald Trump and the underperformance, and some would say incompetence, of the Biden administration. So, with that in mind, have a great day. Chris Saxman here, Virginia Free. Check us out, vafree.org, or leave a comment. Thanks so much. Take care.